Yeah, it's Tuesday now, so I was meant to do a post yesterday morning saying how nice it is to wake up on a Monday fresh, not hanging for the weekend. I think there's a few people who understand that one, but got a bit busy yesterday, so I didn't have time. Obviously, we're going to go on about cocaine addiction recovery, the good times and the bad times. We're going to get some. My social media blew up, my Facebook and my Instagram, and that really blew up, and the questions behind it. One thing I'm going to do is not glamour. Someone said, "Are you glamorising it?" And I'm not glamorising it, but I'm not going to tell you it's all bad. When we had some good times over it. Punchline always be, it don't end good. How did my addiction started? Well, I've always been an occasional user. It could be when I was married for 30 odd years, and by all means, and this is never blaming no one for the drug use. It's myself, dealers, anyone. Don't blame no one. No one's giving me that stuff and making me put it up my nose. I'm doing it to myself, ain't I? So I was always a very occasional user. So when I was married with my 4 kids, 1 week I might go out for a meal with my wife and friends and wouldn't use. Next month I might go to a boxing do. Be with friends, fuck me, we'd use. You know, it's very occasional. Being honest, wish I'd go back to that. You know, I wish I'd go back to being an occasional user. Split up with my wife probably over 4 years ago now. I've always liked training, I've always liked the gym, so I was living on my own for the first 6 months in this studio flat. So to fill your time up, I'd go to the gym, come home, and then people say, "Do you want to have a beer now?" I've never been a drinker in a week. I was never been the greatest drinker in the world anyway, but I'd never drink in a week. It's more like a cup of tea, it'd be more a cup of tea. But so then you end up, because you're bored, you're on your own. You know, people say, "Oh, you train." Well, I did train, but you can only fucking spend so long in the gym, can't you? There's only so much, and you come home on a summer's evening, 7 o'clock, you've done your day's work, you're sitting down, you want to come for a beer, you go for a beer. And then maybe, do you want a little tickle? Have a little tickle, and you have a little tickle. And I remember now vaguely going back for the first 6 months, and that's how it started. And I could have the stuff around me. I used to have 2 or 3 tickets around me all the time, just so if I was going to go out, I didn't have to worry about trying to get it. Listen, we all know it's already available, and they're saying you can order a bit of gear quicker than you can a pizza, which is pretty true. But you also know you can order a bit of gear, and it'll be 10 minutes, mate, 10 minutes fucking 1 hour ago, you can have that. I always liked it around me. On them days, probably, when I used to go out when I was married, it probably be 1 bag would do me. Fuck me. At my peak, 1 bag was alive now. That was a warm-up, that was 2 lines, bang, off we go. But so, I had the first 6 months, I'd be occasional use, and it got more and more. You know, there's some stories to tell why we was doing that. Of course there is. Everyone knows when you're doing the coke. I just sit at home and do coke. Dry sniff. I dry sniff all day long. Prefer dry sniffing. I'll do it on my own. Sit there and do it on my own. You beat yourself senseless, you know, don't you? You're putting a porn on, you're fucking beating, you get the biggest bicep going. But that's life. And if anyone tells you different, well, okay, that's good luck to them. That's their life. Then 6 months, 7 months in, I've got a few properties, so I bought another property to go and live in for myself. And I can remember it like yesterday. Like, this don't mean nothing to no one, but it does to me. I remember driving around the roundabout to the flat I'm going into, thinking, "Come on, Andy, sort yourself out now. You get a bit too lively with it." Well, carried on going round that roundabout, and it went fucking Pete Tong. It really got hold of me. And from then, listen, my addiction was for 3 years. There's people with a lot worse addictions than me. People with less addictions, but addiction is addiction. This is my story, this is my tale, and hopefully there's going to be some good come out of it. Like I say, we're going to tell you some of the funny times. To me, they were funny. Might not be funny to some people, but to me, they were funny. Like I say, if I could do it again, I'll do it again some of the times. But then when it got the end of me, you know, there's no good at the end of drugs. There's nothing good. You know, if someone can go out, I'm going to be hypocritical here, if someone can go out and do it once in a blue moon, good luck to them. You know, do what you got to do, mate, but don't ever think, and you know what, to the normal couple, I would say maybe go and have a bottle of wine every night, 4 cans of beer. Don't think you're any better than us, mate, because that ain't no fucking good either. You know, but that's my opinion. Everyone's got a personal opinion. Just hoping out my post that I'm going to come on, we're going to relive some stories, and at the end result, you know, people had messaged me, a lot of them on Facebook and Instagram. A couple of people surprised me, you know, saying the position they're in. I'm no recovery expert. Don't claim to be, never will say I'm going to be. All I can say is my experience and what works for me. Someone I was advising, in which I totally get, if you're a user, you will understand. We're going on about it quite a bit. I'm saying, mate, you get it, but you're thinking it too much. You know, it's easy for me to say because I've gone past the stage of thinking it too much. I still get the demons. If I think about it, and bang, it's there. I had it, we'll say, a couple of months ago when we had the really hot weather. And I've got an old friend of mine who's in Chelmsford, me and him, we knocked about for years. You know, he's a car trader now, done really well for himself. You know what? I wanted to phone him and go and have a beer with him. You know, he's not really a user, he doesn't use. But maybe the company I'd have been in would have used. I couldn't trust myself. That brought me down, got me down thinking, fuck, I can't even go and see people. I can't do that because I don't trust myself. You can't blame the people around you if they're holding a bit of tackle. It ain't their fault. You're going to ask for it and they're going to give it to you. But that's the side of it. So, yeah, so when I moved to Whittam, then it got out of hand. It started getting the better of me. It really, like, it got bad. It got bad. It was, towards the end, it was, I remember in 3 months, I had 2 days off in 3 months, and we're talking every day. Yeah, and that's when it got bad. I'm going to cut this one short now and come back to you soon.